All right. My name is Mary. I am subbing for Kristen for an abs and core class. So Kristen sent me a lovely outline that we're going to be following. So it's my first time teaching abs and core. But basically all you're going to need is a mat, and you can keep your shoes on. You'll need sneakers for this. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need. I think that's all. This is going to be a workout where there's going to be like pressure on your feet, so just being prepared for that. And go ahead and get started. All right, so let me just angle this so we're okay. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to start with a warm-up. We'll start with arm circles. So we'll start with arm circles forward, 30 seconds here. Keeping those arms strong. And back, go ahead and bring those arms back. Keep moving here, keeping those arms strong. Rolling those shoulders back. Feel this in that upper back and your shoulders, keeping those arm muscles engaged. For 10 more seconds here. And one, go ahead and lower those arms. We're gonna move into jumping jacks for 30 seconds here. Let's go ahead and start. Modification, just walking it out from side to side. You can get rid of that jumping. Otherwise, jumping with me here and making sure you're actively engaging your muscles, engaging your arm muscles, engaging your core, and breathing here. Using your breath in these movements. We'll take 10 more. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we'll go ahead and move into high knees. All right, so our knees are coming right up to our hips, keeping that core engaged. Then we're just moving back and forth here. However high you can get those knees up, however you feel comfortable, and we're breathing. We can pick up that pace to increase intensity here, but we're just warming up and moving through these. Moving back and forth, driving those legs up. All right, 10 more seconds here. And 1, go ahead and lower back down. We're gonna move into forward lunges. So I'm gonna show you this. Facing this way so you can see my form here. So I'm coming forward and I'm moving into that lunge. So knee is right above the ankle and you're just moving back and forth here. And let me just step back a little bit. You can see my feet a little bit better. And moving back and forth. Inhale, lift, exhale, lowering back down. And breathing. Just moving back and forth here, taking this at the pace that you feel comfortable. I teach a Pilates class, so if you're ever interested, I teach on Zoom as well. And I teach in person on Saturday mornings. All right, let's take 5 more here. For 2 and 1. All right, coming back up. We're gonna move into some squats. So we'll do 10 squats, but we're gonna be pulsing each squat for 10 seconds. So I'm just gonna show you my form here, because it's really important when you're squatting that weight is in your heels. You should actually be able to lift your toes up off the ground. and you're sinking back. So your hip comes back and we're pulsing. Breathing here, opening up that chest and coming back up. Lowering back down and pulsing it out. So once again, that weight is in your heels, sending those hips back and breathing. Coming up here. All right, just a few more, just pulsing it out as you come down and coming up. And if the pulsing is too much, just think about coming up and coming down, whatever you're comfortable with. And breathing here. All right, let's take two more where we're pulsing. Coming up, and one more here. And pressing all the way up. Okay, so we finished our warm-up. So we're gonna move into some strength with some planks to start out with. So we're gonna move into standard plank. So I'm gonna move this mat just so you can see me a little bit better. All right, so we're starting in a basic plank. So for plank, this is really a full body strength move. So your shoulders are right above your wrists. And if you feel any discomfort in your wrists, you can make a fist with your hand. That's gonna relieve some of that pressure from going down just on your wrist. And then we're extending our legs here. Back is flat, butt is down low, and we're just holding. Now, modification here, you're lowering your knees, still keeping that back flat, still engaging that core, and staying lifted here. Breathing. Alrighty, breathing here. We're gonna take 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower those knees, sending your hips back, and breathing here. All right, so that was our standard plank, regular form. We're gonna move into a side plank. So with side plank, you're gonna be working your obliques. So those are the muscles on your sides a little bit more because you're gonna be thinking about pulling your hips up toward the ceiling. So let's find side plank. So you're coming on to your elbow, shoulders right above your elbow, keeping those legs on top of each other, hips stacked on top of each other. And you'll see the modification, but feel free to bend those knees into that side plank. If this is too much for you, just straighten those legs all the way, okay? Taking an inhale, exhale, lifting up, extending that top arm, pulling those hips up toward the ceiling, and breathing here. Holding here. Opening up, using your breath. Inhale and exhale. Once again, option to come onto those knees, still engaging those obliques, staying lifted. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower down. We'll come on to the other side. Alrighty. Once again on that elbow. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but when you're in that side plank, try to keep that shoulder right above the elbow. This will make sure you're not straining your shoulder or your neck at all. And when you're ready, pressing up into that side plank, lifting through those hips, pulling your hips toward the ceiling. Breathing here. Staying lifted for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower all the way down. Let's just take a moment to stretch out here. Rolling your shoulders back, straightening out that back, taking an inhale, arms come up. Exhale, turning to one side. So twisting our torso, and then you can look past your shoulder. So I'm looking past my right shoulder, stretching out my neck, stretching out my back, and then coming forward, shaking it out. Take an inhale, lifting your arms up, and exhale, lowering back down. Alrighty, one more time. Inhale. Exhale, turning toward the other side, looking past your other shoulder. Breathing. And coming back to center. Alrighty, we'll continue with our strength. So the next move is a 6-inch hold. So this is kind of like our plank, but we're going to be on our elbows. So for this move, on your elbows, shoulders above the elbows, and then you're extending your legs long, you're keeping that butt low, and we're just holding. For 30 seconds here. Breathing, don't forget to breathe. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower all the way down. Send those hips back. I'm taking my knees as wide as the mat and then leaning forward here. Arms come forward, dropping your head. And breathing. And coming up. We're going to move into a move that I like to incorporate into my Pilates classes. It's a really funny looking move. I can't remember the name, but it has something to do with grasshopper. So the move works your lower back and it also works your glutes. So we're taking our knees as wide as the mat, toes come together. Hands are underneath your shoulders, elbows tucked in toward your sides. And we're lifting up, engaging your lower back and then lowering down. And then you're pressing up. Your glutes and thighs are engaged here, toes toward the ceiling. It's lift and lower, lift and lower. Breathing here. So you're working that lower back. You're also engaging that core as you lift that upper body up. And just keeping your whole body engaged. So you're just rocking back and forth. The upper body comes up, then it lowers. Then those feet come up toward the ceiling, just moving back and forth. Keep breathing here. Keep moving back and forth. All right, we'll take 8, 7, 6, 5, for 4, 3, 2, and one more here, lifting. Toes come up and then extending your legs long, lowering back down, feeling the weight of your body against the mat. Breathing here. Okay, quick stretch. We're stretching those abdominal muscles. You're coming all the way up into full cobra. You feel that in your lower back as well. And then the closer your hands come in toward your your stomach, you're gonna feel those abdominals stretching. Inhale, exhale, hips come up and send them back into that child's pose. And when you're ready, coming up into a tabletop position. So tabletop position just looks like this. Your back looks like a table, but it's okay if there's a slight curve in your back, that's natural, and that's good. So your knees should be underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. This next move is called the bird dog. So we're lifting our right arm and our left leg, engaging the core, lifting up, and then you're just reaching both directions here. Alrighty. So the reason it's a bird dog is that this first part of the move, you're extending nice and long, and then the second part of the move, you're crunching in. So bird, and then into that dog. So it's inhale, lift it long, exhale, squeezing in. And moving back and forth. Taking 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more here, reaching it long and lowering back down. Okay, rocking side to side, getting rid of any tension in your lower back. Breathing here. Alrighty. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So extending that left arm and your right leg, reaching it long, think about lifting up, engaging that core, reaching in both directions. Inhale, exhale, opposite elbow towards knee. Inhale, lift, exhale, crunch in. And breathing here. All right, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more here, bringing it in, inhale, and extend it long, lifting up, and coming back into your tabletop. We'll stretch out our spine here. So taking an inhale into your cow position, so belly comes down, lifting to the chest, head towards ceiling. Exhale, rounding out the spine, starting from your lower back into cat, dropping your head. Taking an inhale, dropping your belly, lifting through your chest. And exhale, rounding your spine, dropping your head. Coming back. Alrighty. So we've done a little bit of our strength, and we have this circuit exercise where basically we're going to be doing 5 different moves 3 times, and they're all pull moves. So we will start with an elevated crunch. So we're going to make our way onto our backs. Alrighty. Feeling the weight of your body against the mat, relaxing your arms here, just taking a moment, finding your breath. Alrighty, go ahead and bring your legs into tabletop. So this is a different kind of tabletop. Your legs are making the table this time, engaging that core, knees are right above your hips. Alrighty, our elevated crunch is placing those hands behind the head and we're lifting and lowering. So when you breathe, you can think about inhaling at the start of the move and then exhaling when that move gets strenuous. So I'm inhaling as a lower, exhaling as a lift. And I feel like with this move, it's easy to strain your neck. So just think about using your core and like lifting through your chest and breathing here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower all the way down. Nice job. Our next move is Russian twist. So we're going to come up a little bit. This move is going to be challenging your core, your obliques. And you have 2 options for this move. First, I want to think about rolling those shoulders back and leaning back slightly until you really start to feel your core engaging, keeping that back flat. And we're just twisting from side to side. Hands together, elbows wide. Option to lift those feet up off the mat, still keeping that back flat, still engaging your core, and breathing here. Balance is a little tricky here. Just keeping that core engaged, using your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower down. All right, moving into our heel taps. So we're coming onto our back. Breathing here. Legs are going to come back into your tabletop position. And we're just lowering our heels down onto the mat and then pulling our leg back up into tabletop. So it's lower and lift, lower and lift. Breathing here. All right, taking 5 more on each side for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more here. Lowering all the way down, opening up. I'm rocking my knees side to side, just getting rid of any tension in my lower back. Alrighty. We're gonna move into full sit-ups. So bringing those feet in a little bit, so they should be in toward your glutes. The tops of your fingers can touch the back of your heels. That's how you know that your form is good here. And we are just lifting and then lowering. So it's lift and lower. Breathing here. Inhale, exhale, pulling back up. All right, taking 5 more. 4, 3, 2 more here. And 1, inhale. Exhale, lifting all the way up. And we've got 1 more move. let's see, bicycle crunch is our last move. So after this, we'll be done with this first circuit. We'll do it 2 more times. So coming back onto your back and focusing in on that breath. All right, pulling your right knee in toward your chest. Take a little moment here. Alrighty, lifting through your chest, engaging your core. Hands come behind your head. That extended leg comes up off the mat, just hovering. We're bringing opposite elbow toward knee and then switching. It's lift, lower, lift, and lower. So switching that knee comes in and you're extending the other leg. Just moving back and forth here. Five more on each side for 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more here, lifting, and then lowering all the way down, breathing here. I'm rocking my heels back. I'm rocking my knees back and forth, just rolling up my lower back. Inhale, exhale. Alrighty, we're gonna repeat that circuit 2 more times. And when you're ready, we're coming into our elevated crunch. So on that back, knees right above your hips in that tabletop position, we're lifting up and lowering. Using your breath, inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Just 5 more here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower all the way down, coming up into those Russian twists. Same thing here. Don't feel like you need to lift those heels up off the mat, whatever you're comfortable with. You're still going to be engaging that core. So leaning back slightly, rolling those shoulders back, and twisting from side to side. Heels can come up if that's comfortable. It's a little bit of challenge for the balance. Using your breath. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering back down. Alrighty, coming back on to your back. And breathing here. Back in tabletop position, we're moving into those heel taps. So just tapping that heel and then lifting back up. Inhale to lower, exhale as that leg comes up. And breathing. All right, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more here, and lowering back down. Alrighty, we're gonna move into our full sit-ups. And when you're ready, taking an inhale, exhale, lifting up. I've kind of adjusted my form here. It's been a while since I've done the traditional sit-ups. So just figure out what feels comfortable. I think it's also going to be engaging your core if you're lifting up and then lowering back down. Still engaging your core muscles, so don't feel like you have to go all the way up. Especially if it feels forceful, you're going to be putting some strain in your neck, in your shoulders. We want this to feel good. But just as we were doing with the other moves, inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. Breathing here. take 5 more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more here. Inhale, exhale, lifting all the way up, and then coming back. All right, we're gonna finish this circuit with our bicycle crunches. And then we've got one more round. So bringing your right knee in and breathing here. Alrighty, hands behind your head, opposite elbow towards your opposite knee, lifting that extended leg and switching sides. All right, we've got 5 more on each side for 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more. Breathing and lowering all the way down. Alrighty, one more round. We'll start with our elevated crunch. So back in that tabletop position and hands behind your head, elbows wide, lifting and lowering. Take this at your own pace. And if I start starting another move, you can move to that move, or you can pause, whatever feels comfortable. I'm gonna take 5 more here. And 1, go ahead and lower all the way down, breathing, rocking those knees back and forth. This is a lot of core all at once, so take the time that you need, using your breath here, making sure this feels good. Alrighty, we're gonna move into our Russian twists. So when you're ready, coming up, rolling those shoulders back, leaning back until you feel your core engaging. Toes can come up if you want. And then we're moving back and forth here, breathing. And you might fall forward or back, and that's totally fine. Just find your way back into this. Taking 5 more on each side. 2, and 1 coming up. Alrighty, we're gonna move into our heel taps. Coming onto your back. Knees are right above your hips, legs in tabletop. We're lowering and lifting. Breathing here. All right, 5 more on each side for 5, 4, 3, 2, one more here, breathing, and lowering those legs back down, opening up. You might feel this a lot in your lower back, and especially with those sit-ups. So rolling it out here is gonna get rid of some of the tension there. Alrighty, we're gonna move into those sit-ups. So this one, like I said, can be uncomfortable for your lower back. So if this is too much, or you wanna just move into lifting, you don't have to come all the way up, and then lowering back down. Alrighty, inhale, exhale, lifting up, and lowering. Breathing here. All right, I'm taking 5 more. For 5, 4, 3, 2 more here, and 1 more. Coming all the way up. And when you're ready, coming onto your back. We have 1 more move, and then we're done. So when you're ready, hugging that knee in, lifting that other leg so it's hovering above the mat. And you're lifting up, engaging your core, hands behind your head, and switching from side to side. Using your breath. All right, I'm taking 5 more on each side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more here, breathing, and lowering all the way down. Alrighty, let's stretch out our lower back. So same thing the way that we started the bicycles, hug 1 knee in. So I'm hugging my right knee in toward my chest, just extending that left leg. Inhale, exhale, right knee comes right above the hip, and then I'm pulling my right leg to my left side. So leg goes to the opposite side. And then I'm extending the other arm toward the opposite side that your leg's going. So it should look like this, and breathing. Inhale, exhale. Knee comes in, extending your right leg long, hugging in your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, knee comes right above your hip, and then pulling your leg to the other side, stretching out the opposite arm. Turning toward that extended arm. Inhale, exhale. And knee comes in. When you're ready, and releasing your weight, relaxing your arms. Inhale, arms come behind you. We're gonna do a Pilates move. So stretching your arms behind you, taking an inhale, reaching in both directions. Exhale, arms come forward, coming all the way up, straightening out your back, flexing your feet, and then coming forward. And coming all the way up. We're gonna come onto our stomach. Inhale, exhale, lifting up into that full cobra. Feel that in your lower back, feel it in your abdominal muscles. Taking an inhale, exhale, and go ahead and turn toward the right shoulder. Come back to center, turn towards the left shoulder. And back to center, lifting up. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, lifting those hips all the way up and back, spreading those knees wide, come into your child's pose. Inhale, exhale, up into that tabletop position. Coming onto your toes, sending your hips back. And then knees straighten out. into your downward dog, rocking those heels back and forth. I'm extending my right leg long here, pointing through my toes. Exhale, right knee comes in toward your chest, engaging. Inhale, lift. Exhale, just moving back and forth, stretching out here. And go ahead and bring that leg back into your downward dog. Inhale, exhale, left leg comes up, pointing through the toes. Inhale, exhale, left knee comes into your chest. Lift and lower, just moving back and forth here. And one more time. Leg comes back into that downward dog. Inhale, exhale into that plank, and then lowering all the way down. And when you're ready, we'll come up into a seated position. Take a couple last breaths together, rolling those shoulders back, straightening out your back. Opening up here. Inhale, breathing. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. Alrighty, taking an inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And when you're ready, finding your way back into your day. Thank you so much for watching. This was definitely a challenge for me. So be proud of what you've accomplished. And I hope to see you at one of my Pilates classes. They're actually called Fit Pilates. So I teach in person and I also teach on Zoom. So thank you again. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you soon.